Sports Director Vince Lennon from the Alabama Sports Network.
Well, I think it's a combination of a long football season, been contemplating that, and I don't want to speak for Jalen. There's a lot of things that, go into that decision, and I guess the only thing I'll say is, I value our relationship and have a lot of respect for that young man and wish him nothing but the best.
That's Tennessee's head coach Butch Jones in spin control mode this morning after star running back Jalen Hurd announces he's leaving the team in search of a new place and position. The departure has Rocky Top hurting even more tonight, as Hurd is the third Vol to transfer since their 3-game losing streak began. Well, good Monday night. I hope and trust your young ghosts and goblins are done with the trick-or-treating and that someone's juiced you the best of the candy bucket. As you just heard Tennessee's Butch Jones, his Halloween hasn't been all that good, but for Nick Saban, who just happens to be 65 years young today, happy birthday, Coach, it's not so much the tricks, but rather the treats he's received today. And in case your little goblins are still around, we did take the proper due diligence to edit Coach Saban's audio when the topic of birthday gifts was touched upon in his afternoon's press conference.
Not really. I only got really one, and it was one of those things where you push the button and it says that's bullshit. That's the only one I got. So I don't know if somebody's trying to tell me something or what.
I don't know, Coach, but if I had to lay money on it, I'm guessing that gift was from Lane Kiffin. Either way, happy birthday and Halloween to you. Hey, also coming off the bye week, but with no birthday for their head coach, are the Troy Trojans, who are, for the first time since ascending to the FBS, are already bowl eligible at 6-1, 4-0 in Sun Belt play, their earliest ever. Coming off that come-from-behind win against South Alabama last week, but Troy's Neil Brown sees ways to improve. Here he is this morning at the Trojans' weekly briefing.
We didn't play particularly well against South, or against Georgia State, so it's not like we were just playing well and had it stop. I think a little bit of that happened coming off that Idaho. We were playing better at that point in the season, so it was good for us last week.
The bye weeks were mainly, we was focused on ourselves, correcting the wrongs and things like that. A lot of the small things that we have done wrong in the past, we corrected those. So this week we can turn our focus back to UMass.
To the preps now, and our final Capital Hyundai Impact Player of the Week selection. Drum roll, please. He's off tonight. Either way, it's Catholic's Tyler Price. He's the guy for his 5-touchdown performance Friday night in the Knights' 60-33 win over Marbury. Price rushed for 133 yards on 13 carries, 4 of which went for touchdowns, one of them right there. He also had a 16-yard touchdown reception. He's the final candidate for Impact Player of the Year awards and the $2,500 college stipend that goes with it for the year winner. Congrats to Tyler Price, your Capital Hyundai Impact Player of the Week. All right, news and notes time to take you home. Tennessee University junior linebacker Quavon Taylor is the SIAC's Defensive Player of the Week. Virginia State Police say they've charged a man with reckless driving after a crash left 22 people hurt at the Martinsville Speedway parking lot last night after the NASCAR race up there. And the NBA is moving up the start time for tomorrow night's Cleveland Cavs game because of the World Series. The Cavs Rocket game next door to the Quicken Loans Arena will now begin an hour earlier at 5 o'clock.
Wow.
So, Stephanie, you can plan accordingly.
Yeah, thinking this World Series might be over here pretty soon.
Oh, say it ain't so, Joe.
See what happens. Thank you, sir.